Before we begin, I want you to imagine something. You're walking through the happiest place on earth. Bright colors, cheerful music, smiling characters everywhere you look. Everything feels perfect. Almost too perfect. But what if I told you that right beneath your feet, while you're eating a churro and waiting in line for a roller coaster, there's an entire hidden world, a network of tunnels stretching for miles, a secret underground city most guests never know exists, a place where characters change costumes mid-shift, where employees disappear and reappear in completely different parts of the park within seconds, where deliveries, trash, and even cash get moved without a single guest ever noticing. And the strangest part? This isn't a conspiracy theory. This isn't an urban legend. This is real, confirmed by Disney itself. Tonight, we're going underground, beneath the castles, beneath the rides, beneath the magic. This is the story of the secret tunnels under Disney World. To understand why these tunnels exist, we have to go back to the 1950s. To Walt Disney's very first theme park, Disneyland in Anaheim, California. According to a story that has been told and retold for decades inside Disney circles, Walt was walking through Tomorrowland one day. A futuristic land, spaceships, rockets, the world of tomorrow. But something ruined the moment. A cast member dressed as a cowboy was casually walking through Tomorrowland on his way to his shift in Frontierland. For most people, this would mean nothing. But for Walt Disney, it was a problem. A serious one. Because in that single moment, the illusion broke. The fantasy collapsed. Guests weren't supposed to see behind the curtain. They weren't supposed to realize that the cowboy and the astronaut were just employees walking to work. Walt believed that magic only works if you never see how the trick is done. So when planning began for a brand new, much larger park in Florida, he decided this would never happen again. This time, he wanted a way for employees to move through the entire park without guests ever seeing them. But there was a problem. Disneyland in California was too small, too established to build something like this. Florida, however, was different. Florida was empty land, swampland, a blank canvas. And that gave Walt's engineers an opportunity nobody had ever had before. The chance to build the park completely from scratch, from the ground up, literally. Construction on Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom began in the late 1960s. But here's where the story gets strange. Before a single ride was built, before a single castle wall went up, the first thing constructed was an underground tunnel system. Nearly 400,000 square feet of corridors, roughly the size of 9 football fields. These tunnels became known as the Utilidors, short for utility corridors. But here's the twist that surprises almost everyone who hears it. These tunnels aren't actually underground. Florida's water table sits dangerously close to the surface. Digging a true basement would have been nearly impossible. So Disney's engineers came up with something far more ambitious. Instead of digging down, they built up. The tunnel system was constructed at ground level, and then millions of tons of dirt were piled on top of it. Dirt excavated from a massive nearby digging project that would eventually become the Seven Seas Lagoon. In other words, the entire Magic Kingdom you walk through today, the streets, the shops, the castle, is essentially built on a rooftop. a rooftop sitting roughly 14 feet above the real ground level. Guests walk a slow, gentle incline from the moment they enter the park. The slope is so subtle that almost nobody notices it. By the time you reach Cinderella Castle, you are standing 3 stories above where you started. And the entire time, there is a hidden world moving beneath you. So what exactly happens inside these tunnels? This is where things get genuinely fascinating. The Utilidors function like an entire hidden city. There are locker rooms where cast members change out of their street clothes. There are costume departments where employees transform into their characters. A worker can enter the tunnels as an ordinary person, walk a short distance underground, and reappear minutes later on the surface as a completely different character. In a different land of the park entirely. This is part of why guests are sometimes confused. You might see Snow White in Fantasyland, and then, what feels like moments later, see her again clear across the park. The tunnels make this kind of movement possible. There's also a cafeteria down there, nicknamed by employees as the Mouseketeria. Imagine sitting down for lunch, and the table next to you has Tigger, Gaston, and a princess all eating together. Out of costume mode, out of character, just regular people on a break. The tunnels are also used for something far less glamorous: trash. Disney developed an advanced underground vacuum system that pulls garbage through pneumatic tubes at high speed, sending it to a central collection point. All without a single garbage truck ever driving through the park in front of guests. Deliveries work the same way. Food, supplies, and equipment are unloaded underground and distributed throughout the park, completely invisible to the public above. Even cash handling happens this way. Security vehicles can drive directly into the tunnel system to collect money from the park, without a single armored truck ever appearing on Main Street. To help thousands of employees navigate this massive underground maze, the walls are color-coded. Each color corresponds to a different land above ground. Cross into a new color, and you know you've entered a new section of the tunnel system. It's an entire functioning underground operation, hidden in plain sight beneath millions of visitors every single year. Naturally, a hidden network this large invites curiosity. And where there's curiosity, there are rumors. Guests have never been allowed to freely access the tunnels. For decades, the only way in was through special behind-the-scenes tours, and even those have been limited or suspended at different points in time. Disney has stated that part of the reason is safety. The tunnels were built for fast-moving carts, deliveries, and employee traffic, not for casual sightseeing. But for some people, safety doesn't fully explain the level of secrecy involved. Online, countless stories have circulated over the years. Some claim there are sections of the tunnel system that are sealed off completely, areas cast members are told never to enter. Others describe strange noises echoing through empty corridors late at night, cold spots, flickering lights, the uneasy feeling of being watched in a place that should be empty. Now, it's important to be clear here. Many of these stories come from forums, anonymous former employees, and word of mouth. They aren't officially confirmed by Disney, but that hasn't stopped them from spreading for years. Some online theorists have gone even further, suggesting that the tunnel system connects to something larger. old construction shafts, forgotten access points, areas built decades ago and never fully documented anywhere public. Disney, understandably, keeps detailed maps and access points tightly controlled, which only fuels more speculation. Is it simply smart corporate security for a massive operational facility? Or is there more being hidden down there than trash chutes and locker rooms? Nobody outside of Disney's inner circle truly knows the full extent of what exists beneath the Magic Kingdom. And that mixture of confirmed fact and unconfirmed rumor is exactly what keeps people talking about these tunnels more than 50 years after they were built. What makes this story so captivating isn't just the secrecy, it's the scale of the ambition. Walt Disney didn't just build a theme park, he built an entire hidden infrastructure to protect an illusion. A 9-acre underground world built before a single guest ever set foot in the park. A design so advanced for its time that other major theme parks still study it today. Every single day, an estimated tens of thousands of guests walk through the Magic Kingdom, completely unaware that beneath their feet, workers are moving supplies, changing costumes, eating lunch, and keeping an entire fantasy world running like clockwork. The next time you watch a parade go by or see a character appear seemingly out of nowhere, remember what's happening just beneath the surface. A hidden world built entirely so you never have to think about it. So here's the real question. Is the Disney Utilidor system simply a brilliant piece of engineering? A clever solution to keep the magic alive? Or do you think there's more hidden down there than Disney has ever told the public? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed exploring this hidden world with us, don't forget to subscribe for more secret places, hidden histories, and mysteries the world doesn't talk about enough. Until next time, remember, sometimes the most magical places hide the most carefully guarded secrets.